Everyone, it's like, hang on, I'm trying to check what time it is. Oh, 6:11 in the morning, so I gotta get this done quickly. So, as of right now, spring break is pretty much over now, which really sucks. And, I guess, like, I'm trying to think of what I want to talk about, because I have to read a book called Fences for English, and then there's that research project I talked about in the last review. And this week is also Color Wars. If you remember, basically Color Wars is where every grade in the school participates in events to generally see who's... It's basically like an in-school Olympics, and my grade is usually the short end of the stick. But I think, hopefully this year, we won't do as bad as freshman year and sophomore year. I mean, we finished in third last year. It'd be nice to win, but I'm just hoping that we don't end up in last, because the juniors last year ended up losing, and we finished in third. So I really hope this episode can motivate us to actually do our best this year. So at long last, let's finally get the flight to the finish. So the episode starts off at the school where Miss Shirley introduces Miss Harshwinny. Remember?
You all know about the Equestria Games, where ponies from all over the land compete for glory in various athletic pursuits.
So yeah, this episode now touches upon the Equestria Games again. That was brought up in just for sidekicks and had an entire plot around it in games ponies play. Let's see what's in store for us this time.
Well, now you littlest ones will have the chance to compete for a weighty responsibility of your very own.
And then guess who barges in? Actually, wait, no, apparently Rainbow is a part of...
And you're going to the game. So who's gonna be the lucky pony?
So, as Rainbow Dash...
It's gotta be me.
Bite me.
Maybe it's me.
Yes, lone stranger in the back.
Maybe it's us. Maybe it's us.
I literally have nothing to say to these two. And I will give this show credit. I haven't... After this episode, I've never seen these two again.
Hey, it could happen.
Well, given your reputation, I doubt it. So, for those of you who weren't paying attention, Miss Harshwinny and Rainbow Dash are holding a contest at the school where every filly has to come up with a routine to carry the flag for Ponyville in the Equestria Games. Whoever wins the competition will be qualified to carry the flag with that routine.
To carry the Ponyville flag?
Each team will create their own flag-carrying routine. Every pony will be judged on grace, style, and originality. The most complicated scoring system, which I will elaborate upon now. But
yeah, I was just about to say, I don't really think I can keep... So the CMNC... So, as Rainbow Dash gets excited about every routine, Miss Harshwinny now suddenly gets her serious business in the...
Miss Dash, I must insist. If you want to keep your job as coach of these ponies, you must maintain a professional attitude and keep your emotions in check. And I'm making myself absolutely 100% crystal clear.
Wow, you know it's serious when even Rainbow Dash has her, like, emotions set back.
Yes, and it'll make some dash.
Well, in 3 days' time, Ms. Dash will accompany any pony competing to the Crystal Empire, where you will demonstrate your routines for me and the other judges, who will judge you very professionally.
And we never actually know who these other judges are, but hey, that's just me.
Yes. What? Maybe after school tomorrow at 1500 hours.
Or you could just say 3 o'clock. So yeah, so from here on out, Rainbow Dash tries to keep her emotions intact because she's excited.
And show me your flag carrying skills. I am professional. See how professionally?
Pony, the most important thing is this. Your routine is to show what your town means to you. So, do Ponyville proud.
Yeah, nice read there. Very harsh, Winnie. And given how what I made earlier, I doubt that a certain someone isn't going to understand that. So of course the CMNC get the idea of coming up with a routine.
So it might as well be us.
Are you
in or are you in? 'Cause I'm in. Me too. Me three. All right, so
So of course the CMNC decided to join in, despite the fact that everyone in the entire school is going to come in, and we actually have our first song of the 4th season, Hearts as Strong as Horses, aka the song that my sister has a hard time to understand. I really say that because, just listen. So what do I really need to say about this song? I really like how the song is sort of like a homage to all the training efforts and such. I really like all the music in the background, especially the percussion, and need I say, the animation is gorgeous. Seriously. This song is so motivational, I swear, this could actually help us motivate us better instead of us sucking at every event. All the visuals was absolutely stunning, and we do get a bit of humor in there. Thank God 2 certain ponies manages to ruin it when it ends. By the way, the percussion solo at the end is really freaking awesome, being someone who's in drumline like myself. So again, take a wild guess who ruins it by the end.
If that's the best you've got, we're going to win for sure.
Bitch! Bitch!
We already have the most defined routine plan.
Yeah. So Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon pretty much stepped in and...
We're absolutely sure to crush everyone else, and I mean crush.
Yeah, but do you know what it stands for?
But we're winners, and we have...
So, yeah, where does the singing...
But you know what you don't have? Your cutie mark! Plan.
It's like they're literally trying to mock me in my ear. However, this is actually the one thing I really appreciate about this episode, and we're going to get to that later. This episode's sort of like a callback to all the previous Cutie Mark Crusaders episodes, and they're actually fixed. For example, the teasing basically can become from one bad apple, as well as it's called the cutie. Where the CMNC say, what does being a blank have to do with carrying a flag?
Having cutie markless ponies represent Ponyville would be unthinkable. And we, of course, already have our cutie marks. So we know who's going to be in the winner's circle. Listen, you two. Cutie marks or no cutie marks, you'll see. The Crusaders are going to carry that flag at the game.
So yeah. So far this episode has been sort of a callback from from ignoring the teasing from Call of the Cutie and standing up to the bullies in One Bad Apple. And we're going to get a little bit more of this later, and it's something I really like.
Ponies win! Game on!
So yeah, so now it's pretty much a competition at this point. Then again, it was already is. So then the CMNC performed their performance to Rainbow Dash, and you may notice it's actually somewhat like Showstoppers. However, unlike Showstoppers, the CMNC actually focused on the task at hand and know what...
The flag is a place we love that!
And it's pretty epic. And it's really sad when even Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon knows that it's good.
It's kind of a work in progress. So? Wait, you whipped that act together just yesterday?
And they managed to do it in one day. That's really impressive. And then we get the infamous scene where Diamond and Tiara and Silver Spoon come up with a plan to try and screw them over.
We could win. Then how do we stop them? We have to get under their wings.
I'm going to get to this later. You already know it is, but we're 10 minutes in. Let's do this.
Girls, we just wanted to say your act is quite impressive. Wait, what?
Yeah, what?
Thanks? Oh, but of course, as a matter of fact, we think you're very brave. Brave? Why? Isn't it obvious? It is to us. In fact, it's obvious to every pony. You're showing all 3 types of Ponyville ponies, yet you have a Pegasus pony who can't even fly!
Excuse me.
Oh, no, he did not, no, there's not, and then there's not, and that was not, no, that was not, no.
So, yeah, you heard it right, folks. Diamond Tiara actually came up with a plan to basically make fun of a pony with a disability. Everybody else has said it, you know it, I know it, it is the lowest thing that Diamond Tiara does, and spoiler alert, she gets away with it. I'm going to talk to that later.
What in tarnation does that have to do with anything? I'd say not being able to fly has everything to do with everything, doesn't it? I mean, a Pegasus pony at your age? You should have been flying long ago.
Yep, it's official. She's actually a irredeemable character. Okay? After everything she's done throughout the previous seasons, this is the lowest thing that Diamond Tiara has ever done. Okay? I may have issues with not understanding other people, but even I wouldn't sink this low.
So what if my wings can't get me off the ground? Your career as a flag carrier isn't getting off the ground either.
Screw you!
Miss Harshwinny will never pick a Pegasus pony who can't fly to represent Ponyville in front of all of Equestria. Miss Harshwinny never said anything about that. I would have thought that was obvious.
No, they're right. She never did say that. So what would be the issue?
Well, have fun practicing anyway. Even if your routine will never, how shall I say, take off.
Speaking of that video I just seen in the Nostalgia Critic, do I have to replay that thing again? So yes, so thanks to Diamond Tiara's playful mocking, they have to start the entire routine all over again, and Scootaloo now only cares about flying more, but Applejack and, no, not Applejack, Applebloom and Sweetie Belle realize this.
And don't forget, we've got to catch the early train for the Crystal Empire.
Hey, it's just like getting to a track meet at 7:45 in the morning.
See you in the morning. What are we going to do? We're competing tomorrow and I still can't fly. Unless I'm just too tired. I can't keep going. Me too. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and now I hate this routine. It feels like it's all about you now. She's right. It's like you don't even need us anymore. Of course I need you. Without you two, who's going to hold up the hoop? You don't listen to yourself. Forget it. I'm going home to get some sleep. So, are you going to leave me too? We've got to catch the early train to the Crystal Empire. I better get some rest. See you in the morning, Scootaloo. Come on, Scootaloo. Do it for Ponyville. Just gotta try 20 times as hard. Yeah.
So,
30 times as hard. Ooh. Just a little harder.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is a very hard to watch scene. Because, honestly, Scootaloo trying her hardest at something that she can't do is really depressing to watch. I know that she's persistent, but really think about it. She's a kid. I'm sure everybody has done something stupid or persistent when they were kids. And it really sucks. And so by the end, Scootaloo decides to go will meet them, only to tell them she's not going.
I'm not going. What? I'm the weak link. If I go and fall, flop, or do anything but fly, I'm gonna blow it for you two. I can't believe you're quitting on us. But you're better off without me. But that's not true, Scootaloo. You know what, Sweetie Bear? Forget it. If she's gonna quit, we don't want her, and we don't need her. Fine. Fine. Fine.
All aboard!
So of course so on the train, Rainbow Dash can't hold it anymore and says that this was going to be the best routine yet, until Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle reveal that, well, what just happened.
Sophia Scootaloo. She's staying home. She's what? She got in her head that the only way to represent Ponyville was by flying in our routine. When she couldn't do it, she told us that she was quitting. And then you tried to stop her from doing that, right? Well, actually, we kind of told her that we didn't want to quit her. Hang on. Are you nuts? You're a team, and a team never leaves a friend behind.
See, that's another thing I like about this episode, is the fact that Rainbow Dash's loyalty also is passed on down to everyone else so they could do it. Okay, that doesn't make sense, but you get my point.
Come on! Sorry you can't make it! We'll take a picture for you from the winner's circle!
Yeah, I hate to do this, but do I have to reiterate myself again?
No, he did not. No, there's not, and then there's not, and that was not. No, that was not.
You know, I really hope that Don and Tiara get to hit something that's coming to her in the future season, like, oh, I don't know, Scootaloo finally abandoning her to see how much of a horrible person she is. I really hope that does happen.
I do not like them one bit.
I agree.
Put on some speed, girl!
So they head back as Scootaloo's confidence is now officially shattered, and even throws away her scooter and breaking out crying.
Throwing away your scooter? Rainbow Dash? Yep, but not just me. I don't want to see them. And what are they doing here anyway? They're supposed to be on the train. We're not going. Not without you, Scootaloo. What's gotten into you, Scootaloo? I didn't want to ruin a chance to win just because I couldn't fly. And who said you had to? But flying's what Pegasus ponies are supposed to do. You flew and you carried the flag in the games. But that was me. You're you. And it just doesn't matter if you can fly or not. Your routine was amazing because it represented exactly what makes Ponyville special. You do still know what that is, right? Friendship. 3 kinds of ponies living together as friends, just like us. Earth ponies, unicorns, and pegasi. But Rainbow Dash, what if my wings never grow? What if I never fly? Listen, Scootaloo, maybe you'll fly someday, or maybe you won't. You're all kinds of awesome anyway.
So, yeah, if you weren't paying attention, this moral is somewhat of a rehash moral from Daring Don't from last review, but this actually works here as well because it shows Rainbow Dash passing down her knowledge from what she learned to a much younger generation. This entire moment also proves that the CMNC are one of the best child characters to be shown on media. I'm not sure if it makes a whole lot of sense to you, but see the Voice of Reason's review of this episode and try to understand my point.
Who's the toughest little pony in town?
And so they do a reprise of Hearts as Strong as Horses, and they perform their routine in the Crystal Empire.
In the Equestria Games, the Ponyville flag will be carried by cutie crusaders.
So the CMNC win, and Diamond Tiara just stormed off. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Okay? In the past, Diamond Tiara would always get what she deserved after everything that she pulled. However, in this episode, despite the fact of making fun of a pony with a disability, she gets away with it. No one scolds her, no one berates her, nobody lectures her, nothing happens. You can make the argument that her not winning is what she deserves, but honestly, the Diamond Tiara has done the lowest thing ever in this show, and she's gotten away with it. She's, by this point, an irredeemable character. And if something happens like this again in Season 5, you know that scene in Family Guy where Peter beats on Lucy Van Pelt for all the times that she took away the football from Charlie Brown? I'm not trying to support her child abuse or anything, but for this character, I'm actually willing to encourage it. That's how bad of a character Diamond Tiara is. And then we get the ending.
Nationalism.
And then the ending.
You know what this means, right? What? We are totally gonna get cutie marks and flag carrying. Yeah!
Yeah, I'm with Rainbow that one. You think maybe that Scootaloo would mean that one day her wings she might get to fly, but it doesn't matter, but no. Instead, we have to do this. But other than that was pretty much Flight to the Finish, and honestly, this is probably my favorite episode so far. I mean, okay, I really got to see, but you get my point, right? This episode was actually pretty damn solid. You understand the situations at hand, the animation is stunning to watch, and the moral can actually be pretty... Yeah, again, it's a rehash of the moral from the last episode, but it works because it's someone taking their personal experience and passing it down to a younger generation. And watching Scootaloo try her hardest to fly after everything that's happened is really depressing to watch, but it works because you want to see her succeed in the end. And it is true what Ponyville stands for, and that's why they do end up winning the competition. I don't even know what else to say that everybody else has already said. This episode is just great. With the exception of Diamond Tiara's getting away with her motive type of thing, which is the only thing that kind of ruins this episode. But aside from that, this was a pretty solid episode. I would give this episode an A+, again, if not for Diamond Tiara getting away with the worst thing that she's ever done on the show, but it's still an A nonetheless. Well, this is my favorite episode so far, and I look forward to watching it every time. I'll see you guys next time on Power Ponies.